Have you ever had one of those moments where you're just going about your day, maybe reaching for something high up in the cupboard, or stepping off a curb, and suddenly, you feel a little wobble in your step? That tiny second where your heart skips because you realize you're not as steady as you used to be? It might not even be dramatic. Sometimes it's just a small slip, a hesitation when you get out of bed, or that sudden need to grab onto the wall when you're walking down the hallway. You brush it off at first, thinking, oh, I just moved too quickly, or I wasn't paying attention. But deep down, you wonder, why does this keep happening? Now, here's the thing. Balance, it's something most of us never think about, until it starts slipping away. And for seniors, balance isn't just about standing tall. It's about something much bigger. It's about independence. It's about confidence. It's about knowing you can walk across the room, play with your grandkids, or step outside into the garden without fear of falling. Because let's be real, one fall can change everything. It's not just about a bruise or a sore hip. A single fall can take away your freedom to move, your ability to live the way you want, and sometimes, even your confidence to try again. That's why this topic matters so much. But here's the good news, and I really want you to hold on to this: balance is something you can train. Just like your muscles can get stronger, your balance can improve. No matter your age. No matter your starting point. And the exercises I'll share with you today are simple, safe, and proven to work. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a gym membership. What you need is just a little time, a little consistency, and the willingness to take that first step. So in this video, we're going to break it all down. You'll discover the very best exercises to improve balance, why they're so effective, and how you can start doing them today, even if you've never tried a balance exercise before. And by the end, you'll also learn which one is often called the gold standard of balance training. Some experts swear by it, and I'll tell you why. But before we get into it, let me ask you, have you ever tried a balance exercise before? Maybe you've given it a shot, or maybe this will be your very first time. Comment yes or no below, because I'd love to see how many of us are starting fresh together. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is the place where we share practical, uplifting, and life-changing tips to help you stay strong, steady, and safe in your golden years. So, take a deep breath, sit back, and let's dive in, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at your balance in a whole new way. Let's begin with the very first exercise, one of the simplest, yet most powerful ways to start training your balance. Imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen, maybe waiting for the kettle to boil or the microwave to finish. Right there, at your counter, you place one hand lightly on the surface, just for a little support. Then, you slowly lift one foot off the ground and hold it. Just a few seconds. Nothing fancy. Nothing complicated. Now, here's the surprising part. That tiny movement, standing on one leg for even 10 seconds, activates small but crucial muscles in your ankles, your calves, and your legs. These are the same muscles that keep you steady when you step off a curb, when you reach up to grab something from a shelf, or even when you're just walking across the living room. Most people think balance training has to be intense, almost like those tricky exercises you see in fitness classes or online videos. But the truth is, balance doesn't start with the big moves. It starts with the little ones. And often, it's these little steps that make the biggest difference. So how do you begin? Start with something realistic. Stand tall, keep one hand gently resting on the counter for safety, and lift one foot. Hold for about 10 seconds. If that feels too easy, challenge yourself, try to go a little longer, or lift your hand off for just a second at a time. But remember, progress is gradual. It's not about how high you lift your leg. It's not about competing with anyone else. It's about building consistency, slowly strengthening those stabilizing muscles that quietly protect you every single day. Think of it this way, Every time you practice standing on one leg, you're teaching your body how to catch itself. You're training it to react quickly if you trip or stumble. That tiny exercise could be the reason you steady yourself instead of falling. And isn't that worth the effort? Now, of course, standing still is only one piece of the puzzle. Because balance isn't just about holding your ground, it's also about how you move through space. Which brings us to the next exercise. Now, let's take balance beyond standing still. Because life doesn't happen when you're frozen in place, life happens when you move. Picture this. You're walking slowly across your living room, but instead of your normal stride, you imagine you're walking on a tightrope. Heel to toe. One step at a time. Your front heel touches your back toe, carefully and deliberately, as though every step matters. It might look simple, but what's happening in your body is remarkable. This movement trains your coordination, teaching your feet, legs, and brain to work together in perfect rhythm. It strengthens your posture, pulling your shoulders back and aligning your spine. And most importantly, it challenges your core, the muscles in your abdomen and back that act like your body's anchor. Those core muscles are the hidden heroes of balance. Now, here's a common mistake many people make. They think walking normally is enough to keep balance sharp. But here's the difference: normal walking is automatic. Your body doesn't have to think about it. Heel-to-toe walking, though, forces your brain and muscles to concentrate, to stay aware of every movement. And that awareness is what protects you from slips and falls. So how do you practice safely? Start with a hallway, where you can lightly rest a hand along the wall for support if needed. Or place a sturdy chair nearby that you can grab if you feel unsteady. Don't rush. Keep your eyes forward, chin up, and take each step with control. Even if you only take 5 or 6 steps at first, that's progress. Over time, you'll feel your steps grow steadier, your body more confident. And here's something to keep in mind: it's not about speed. In fact, the slower you go, the more effective it becomes. Every careful step is like a signal to your body: this is how we stay steady. This is how we stay safe. So, with standing still and now walking in control, you've already built a strong foundation. But balance isn't just about training coordination, it's also about building the strength to hold yourself steady in everyday movements. Let's move on to something so ordinary, so simple, that you already do it every single day: sitting down in a chair and standing back up. Think about that motion for a moment. You sit, you stand. Over and over again. And yet, that one movement, repeated daily, is one of the best balance exercises you can do. Here's why. Every time you lower yourself into a chair and rise again, you're calling on the big muscles in your legs, your thighs, your hips, and your glutes. These are the muscles that carry you upstairs, that keep you steady when you bend down to pick something up, that stop you from wobbling when you shift your weight. When those muscles are strong, your balance becomes more secure. When they're weak, even small tasks feel shaky. Now, many seniors hear the word squat and instantly feel uneasy. The image that comes to mind might be of gym workouts, heavy weights, or painful strain. But chair squats aren't about that. They're about using something safe and familiar, a sturdy chair, as your training partner. No gym. No fancy equipment. Just you and the chair that's already in your living room or kitchen. So how do you do it? Start by standing in front of your chair with your feet shoulder-width apart. Keep the chair behind you. Slowly bend your knees and lower yourself down, as though you're going to sit, and let yourself touch the chair lightly before pushing back up to standing. You can cross your arms in front of you for a challenge, or keep your hands gently resting on the chair or armrests for support. The goal isn't speed, it's control. And here's a little secret: even if you only manage a few chair squats at first, that's more than enough. Every repetition builds strength. Every repetition tells your body, I am stable. I am strong. I can do this. Over time, you'll notice climbing stairs gets easier, standing up feels smoother, and most importantly, your risk of falling decreases. This is why I call chair squats one of the most practical balance builders. They blend strength and function in a way no other movement quite does. And remember, you already practice this motion every day. Turning it into an intentional exercise just makes it work for you instead of against you. But balance isn't only about strong muscles. It's not just about moving your body. It's also about knowing where your body is in space, being aware of every step, every shift, every movement. And that brings us to something a little different, an exercise that's less about muscle and more about mindful control. Have you ever walked past a park and seen a group of seniors moving slowly, gracefully, almost as if they're dancing in slow motion? That, my friend, is Tai Chi. At first glance, it may seem too gentle to be called exercise. The movements are unhurried, the flow is calm, and it doesn't look like anyone is breaking a sweat. But here's what most people don't realize: Tai Chi is one of the most powerful balance practices ever studied. In fact, research shows it can reduce the risk of falls in seniors by a remarkable amount. And that's not by chance. The secret lies in how Tai Chi works. Every slow, deliberate movement forces your body to stay aware of itself. When you shift your weight from one leg to the other, you're training the small stabilizing muscles that keep you steady. When you extend your arms slowly, you're improving posture and coordination. And when you flow from one motion to the next, you're strengthening not just your muscles, but your mind's ability to stay present, focused, and calm. Think about that for a moment. Most exercises push you to go faster, lift heavier, or do more. Tai Chi is the opposite. It says, slow down. Feel your body. Notice every step, every breath, every shift of weight. That awareness is what makes it such a powerful balance builder. Now, I know what some people think: it's too slow. It doesn't count as real exercise. But let me tell you, slowness is exactly what makes it so effective. Moving slowly actually makes your muscles work harder to stabilize you. It trains your balance in a way fast movements never could. And here's the beautiful part: Tai Chi is gentle on the joints, safe for almost anyone, and adaptable to your level of ability. You don't need any equipment. You don't need a big space. All you need is yourself, a little patience, and a willingness to begin. You could join a local class where others are practicing alongside you, or you could simply follow a short video online from the comfort of your living room. Even just 10 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference in how steady and confident you feel. So whether you're moving through flowing poses in a quiet park, or simply practicing in your own home, Tai Chi can give you something most exercises don't. A balance between body and mind. It doesn't just strengthen you physically, it steadies you emotionally too. But if I had to choose just one exercise to crown as the very best for balance, it might surprise you. So now comes the big question, the one many people ask: what is the single best exercise to improve balance? Well, here's where things get interesting. Because depending on who you ask, you'll hear very different answers. Some experts will tell you that Tai Chi is the gold standard. And it's hard to argue with that. The research is solid, and the stories from seniors who practice it are inspiring. They'll tell you how it not only steadies their steps, but also clears their mind and gives them a sense of calm they never expected from exercise. But then, you'll hear another group of professionals argue just as passionately that nothing is more important than leg strength. They'll say squats, yes, even those simple chair squats, are the true foundation. Because at the end of the day, strong thighs and hips are what keep you from collapsing when you stumble. Without strength, they argue, all the balance practice in the world won't be enough. And then there are those who believe the answer is much simpler. They'll tell you that the best exercise is the one you actually do every day, like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, or practicing a heel-to-toe walk down your hallway. To them, the beauty is in repetition. The body adapts, the muscles remember, and the steadiness builds little by little. So, who's right? Which answer is the truth? Well, here's the honest part, there may not be one single winner. And maybe that's exactly the point. Balance isn't a one-size-fits-all journey. It's personal. It depends on what feels good to your body, what you enjoy, and what you're willing to stick with. Because the best exercise for you isn't necessarily the one with the most research, or the one someone else swears by. It's the one you'll actually do, consistently, comfortably, and with confidence. If Tai Chi feels calming and rewarding, let that be your practice. If you love the simplicity of chair squats, make them part of your daily routine. And if you prefer something as straightforward as standing on one leg while you wait for the kettle to boil, then that's your exercise. The key isn't perfection, the key is commitment. So instead of chasing one single winner, I invite you to choose your winner. Choose the practice that speaks to you, the one that makes you feel strong, steady, and safe. Because at the end of the day, balance training is about more than exercise. Whichever you choose, remember, balance training is about reclaiming confidence. Losing balance can feel like losing freedom. And for many older adults, it's not just a stumble, it's a reminder of vulnerability. Suddenly, the things that once felt effortless, walking out to get the mail, stepping into the shower, bending to pick something off the floor, can start to feel risky. Even joyful moments, like lifting a grandchild or dancing at a family gathering, may carry a shadow of fear. That fear can quietly steal away independence, one hesitant step at a time. But here's the truth that often gets overlooked, balance is not gone forever. It is not something that slips away beyond your control. With small, consistent steps, you can strengthen your balance at any age. Science has proven it, and countless seniors have lived it. It's not about chasing youth or pretending aging doesn't happen. It's about embracing the years with strength, dignity, and confidence. Imagine this, you start today with one simple exercise. Maybe it's standing tall, lifting one leg for just 5 seconds. Or maybe it's sitting and rising from a chair with steady control. That single step might not seem like much in the moment, but it's like planting a seed. With time, consistency, and care, that seed grows into strength, into steadiness, into freedom. And let me reassure you, you don't have to do it perfectly. Balance isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Each wobble, each shaky try, is not a failure, it's training. Every attempt is your body learning, your muscles remembering, your confidence returning. And every time you show up for yourself, no matter how small the effort, you are building a safer, stronger, more independent future. So today, I encourage you, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Choose one exercise, just one, and give it a try. That single step could be the beginning of a stronger, steadier tomorrow. Because balance isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. It's the confidence to walk without fear. It's the joy of living without limits. And it's the reassurance that you can age not only gracefully, but powerfully. So, let's bring everything together. We've explored the simple standing balance exercise, where lifting one foot at a time teaches your body stability. We've walked heel to toe across the room, like balancing on a gentle tightrope, training coordination and core control. We practiced chair squats, something as ordinary as sitting and standing, but now you see how powerful they are for building leg strength and protecting against falls. We uncovered the quiet wisdom of Tai Chi, the gentle giant that has helped countless seniors regain confidence through slow, mindful movements. And finally, we talked about the debate, the winner of balance training, whether it's Tai Chi, squats, or one-leg stands. Each has its own strengths, and the truth is this, the best exercise is the one you will do consistently, the one that feels right for your body, and the one you can enjoy day after day. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If you could only pick one balance exercise to practice daily, which would it be? Would you choose the calm flow of Tai Chi? The practical strength of chair squats? The simple yet powerful one-leg stand? Or maybe the controlled challenge of heel-to-toe walking? Comment below. I can't wait to read your thoughts, and I know others will find encouragement in your answers, too. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It makes a bigger difference than you might realize. It helps more seniors, just like you, discover this message and feel empowered to take charge of their balance and health. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Every day, we bring you trusted tips and heartfelt guidance to help make your golden years stronger, safer, and filled with confidence. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, balance isn't just about standing tall. It's about standing strong. Stay steady, stay hopeful, and never forget that every small step you take today is building a safer, brighter, more confident tomorrow. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.